Good morning, everybody. My name is Martin Duffy. I work for Kia as their Collaboration and Improvement Director. The word collaboration, I think just about every single speaker has mentioned here this morning so far. I'm delighted personally to see that we're talking about it a lot. I do, however, believe that we've got to recognise and we've got to acknowledge that still in our industries, we're nothing more than collaboration babies. We're really good. We've got the theory well mapped out. We've seen reference there to BS 11,000. DFT themselves have produced numerous guides now on how to collaborate across our sectors. What we really need to nail now is its implementation going forward. That's where we're going to reap the benefits. We're not going to be able to reap the benefits from being able to tell the good story and the things that we should do in order to be able to collaborate. What we're trying to achieve, I believe, here in England's economic heartland is something different, it's something unique, it's something that's not happened before. Since the advent of BS 11,000, that came in 2010, just about every single major service provider in the UK is now certified against that particular standard. In fact, all the major public sector clients, when they're procuring a new provider, it's always in there, there's a statement in there that all tenderers must either have achieved certification to BS 11,000 or be working towards BS 11,000. So it's just showing how important it is really across our industries. But when I say what we're looking to achieve here is something different and something unique, it's because of the scale of it. We mustn't get over concerned about the scale of what we are about to embark upon. We must understand that it's only complex and not complicated. So why indeed would you embark on a journey of getting multiple organisations together to collaborate? What's the benefit of doing so? Well, I think it's something along these lines. At the moment, we've got in the order of 21 members of the Transport Forum, client-type groups. Each of these client-type groups, no doubt, are focused on their own set of outcomes because government have set them targets, or they've been set targets by local authority or set targets by the LEPs. So they've got their own focus in terms of what they want to achieve. You take our service providers then, who align with them in the contracts that they've won to work with them. They've got their own sort of set of objectives as well. And then the supply chain, indeed, their own objectives as well. So when we have that situation, it's absolutely hopeless for us, to be quite honest. Personal experience of collaboration going wrong. When I was having a building project done at home, I thought I could manage it because I'm from an engineering background, so I employed all the trades separately, and we had them all in. And in about week number 4, I went in and we were having a chat with the electrician, asking him how I was getting. He said, fantastic, as you can see, I've just cut all the channels in the walls. I'll be laying the cables on Friday when I come back. I went back on the Friday myself and I met the electrician. The electrician was a little bit angry, really, to be quite honest, because on the Thursday, the plasterer had been in and he plastered all my walls. Now, the electrician charged me, again, for cutting the channels in the wall again. There were only one loser in all of that. I lost on programme and I lost on time. I lost on money, because I was the client. That's a real practical example for me of where collaboration didn't happen, and therefore I experienced the benefits of not collaborating. I think that we should be looking to move towards something of this nature here, where we've brought together our client groups, our service provider groups, and our supply chain. Do you know what? Where we all focus on one single set of outcomes. If you've read any of the literature that's been produced already on England's economic heartland, you'll see there are 4 objectives there. So any work that we do together as a collective, as a group of individuals and organisations, it should be focused upon and it should touch upon and positively impact upon one or more of those objectives. BS 11,000 has indeed produced a great guidance document for us about how to collaborate. It says make it formal in your business, and I'm 100% believer in that. I've been involved, as many of you are, as many as I'm sure you have, In partnering all those years ago, why didn't it work? What was wrong with partnering? What's different about collaboration? What's going to make this the saviour for our industries to bring us all together? I think some of the mechanisms that they've put in place now that guide us will make the absolute unique difference for us. So we do have a defined process by DFT to guide us through collaboration, through things like these steps here and the attributes therein, displaying leadership within the different organisations who will sign up to this formal collaboration, who will say that my organisation will support what we're looking to do here in England's economic heartland. They've got to be decision makers, they've got to be empowered in order to make those decisions. Developing the common goals, we've already got them, they're there in that box. Creating the integrated governance, which we're already well on our way with, which we've already got the various panels, groups, and already set up. Obtaining that collective understanding is so important, but the bigger one for me is this maintaining awareness of impact. Where we make decisions, when we make decisions, we're cognizant of the impact it has on our other partners. So it's no good me as a local authority soaking up all the resource for, say, surfacing in March that impacts on the programmes of the other adjacent authorities. So always being aware of the impact of the decisions that you take, and then putting in place practical steps, which are the plans that you will put in place to make this thing called collaboration happen, because without it, it will not happen. Just two quick examples now of the theory into practice. This first one is from a contract that we're still working on down in London. It's LOAC. There are 4 service providers there. And across the service providers, we've agreed it would be great if we had an apprenticeship forum. We've created an apprenticeship forum, and across those apprenticeships now, we've got about 100 apprentices. And we share with those apprentices right across our organisations to ensure that they're getting the best experience out of what it's like to work in contracting, not just with one organisation, but getting the experience from 4 of them. These guys, these young ladies and these young lads who are part of this apprenticeship forum, they're involved in some real strategic stuff down there in London. Their profile is absolutely top, and it's fantastic for them. They believe it's the best place in the world to be an apprentice. In fact, one of them, as it says there, ended up with a plum job in the Transport Commissioner's office on a 6-month placement because of the profile that they'd experienced on working in some of those environments and right across the 4 partners. The last one is simply a scheme here that we were lucky to be involved in, which was, we termed it the 1,000-ton project. On average, in essence, what it's about was we looked at the inefficiencies of laying materials on our roads. We found that we were laying on average 240 tonne in a single shift with a single gang. By looking at the ways, the mechanisms behind that, what we were engaged in, the ways in which the materials were ordered and who made phone calls about when we could get on site and etc. Do you know what? We went out one night and it was through a lean process in essence, we ended up with being able to lay 1,000 tonne. What's that? That's done, because the situation was perfect for us to be able to do it. All that's done is proved, do you know what? You should be able to do bloody more than 240 tonne. Now our average, right across Highways England's entire strategic road network, with all the providers, because we've shared this information through a knowledge base that we've got, the average is now round about 400 tonne in a single shift, which, you know, do the maths in terms of the time, in terms of the impact. It's just all absolutely fantastic for our industry. I think that's the way that we've got to go, sharing more of the information, being bold about collaboration, recognising what the barriers are, and making sure that we demolish them and get on. Thank you.